Hello, you guys. I think we're here. I think we are here. At least I'm rolling on my end. Let me flip over here and see if I can't get the little chat window open. And then we'll see how many of you may be here as well. Hope you are having a great Friday so far. I can't believe it. We are at the end of another week. All right, let's see here what we got. Not sure that we're connecting. Let's see, let's see. Well, I'm not finding you guys on my video manager, so give me just a second here. Last week we had this all ironed out, not a problem in the world. But this week it looks like it's not wanting to connect yet again. Let me go over here and see if you guys are seeing it. If you guys are seeing it on your end, then we'll just have to try to do this chat thing the best we can. Yeah. Well, it says there are 13 of you here. Now it's going to be a matter of figuring out how I can see your comments. Oh, my word. Last week, it worked perfectly. Not a glitch, except for the fact that we had that minor chaos. Remember that? some vehicle broke down outside of the house here in front of the driveway, and so we were a little delayed. But as far as the actual video, it went live perfectly. So let's see what's happening here. Okay, I can see through the browser that you guys are seeing me. The problem is that I can't see your comments. Let me try to go out of here and back one more time. You guys just bear with me. Bear with me just a second. And now my computer is like bogged down. I don't know, maybe it's an internet issue. We were having problems with the internet last night. The hubs called. Let's see, maybe we finally got it. Anyway, he called them and got it all worked out. Okay, but it is saying that my streaming rate is a little bit slower than usual. So I'm not sure, you guys. Is there like a glitch on your end? Is there a delay? Is it skipping? But it is saying that my streaming rate is a little bit slower than... Ah, I got sound. So that's a good first step. All right, let's see here. I think I can see you guys now. Kathleen is here. Robert is here. Hi, Robert. How are you? Tiffany is here. Jody's Panache is here. You're here from Michigan. First time catching us live. Well, welcome to the live. Excited to have you. Crafty Granny. Tammy Borsos is here. Now, do I say that next name, Rosimi? I think so. All the way from New Jersey. Patricia is here from Maryland. Oh, Renda's World. Look at those little lip prints. You guys know those are my favorites. All right, Jody can see me just fine, so there's not a glitch going on with her. Maybe that low bit rate isn't going to affect the streaming. Let's hope not. Maybe it was just causing the delay on my end. Ah, Miss Pat is here. Hello, hello. She is in Arkansas. One of these days, I'm going to have to take you up on that open door offer. That is for sure. All right, now let's see. How do I say that next name? Is that Hayuto? Not real sure, but welcome. No glitches for Renda either. Inez is here. Hello. Hollerita is here. Hello. Miss Francis is here. Blessings to you too, Miss Francis. Hollerita is from Tennessee. How's the weather up there in Tennessee? We have been chilly here. It got down to 37 last night, which is cold for Florida, you guys, especially during this time of the year. It's almost Easter. Oh, my word. Regina is here. Hello. Patricia Lawson. Did I say hello to you yet? I don't remember that name, but thank you very much for those kind words. Southern California is where Kathleen is from. We've got someone else from California and New Hampshire. We've got some good friends that live up there in Portsmouth. Rosalind is here. Hello, hello. And it's yucky in Tennessee today. I'm so sorry. It's beautiful here. Cool, but beautiful. The sun is shining bright. And for Hollerita, the sun is out, but it's cold for you. That's kind of how it is here. It's pretty chill. I don't know the actual temperature right now out there, but it's pretty chilly whenever I stepped outside a little bit earlier. Well, I am so glad to have you guys. We are going to have a very special discussion today because I wanted to get you guys' opinion on something. And let's see if I can pop this little thing up for you. Hopefully it is going to work. Let's just see. Because, you know, me and technology don't always get along so well. Let's see if I can make this work for you guys. Did that pop up? Can you see it? That should say for you guys today's topic. You may have to refresh your screen since I just popped it on there. Okay, yeah. When I go to my second browser, I'm seeing it, but I did have to refresh that screen. So I'll wait just a second for you to refresh. That give you enough time? I just went silent for a minute, trying to give you guys enough time to hit that F5 button on your keyboard or however you do that on your phone, the little slide down, I suppose. Hopefully you guys have all seen the little topic pop up there. Let me know if you did. Put it down there in the comments if you can see it, because that's what I want to talk about today. Oh, my mom is here. Hi, Mommy. Hope you're having a good Friday. It's chilly where Jody is as well. Ah, Rosalind is here from Illinois. We got people all over today. That is always the fun part about these lives, is because I get you guys from all over, and matter of fact, all over the world. We get people from other continents too. So that is always so fun. Okay, so you guys can all see it. So far, you guys can see it. So today's topic, do haul videos make you guys more than you normally, make you guys buy more than you normally would? Because I've been thinking about that over the last week or so and not really sure that I want to continue with haul videos if that's the case, because you guys know that the Hubs and I are certified budget counselors, helping people with their money to stay on track. We stay by a strict budget in our family. You guys know that already, especially with everything we're still going through with our house. Like, we don't have lots of extra money to spend on stuff we don't need. And I try to stress that to you guys whenever I go to the Dollar Tree and show you guys little hauls that we find from time to time, or really great sales other places. I try to always remind you that my Dollar Tree hauls, or what you see me haul, is things that I know we're going to use or that we need. You know what I mean? But I know that's not always true for everybody. And I know there are times that you guys can watch a haul video and think, oh man, I got to rush out there and get that because it looks really cool. So I wanted to talk about that, because I certainly don't want to be guilty of or party to creating a desire in you guys to spend more than what your budget allows. Does that make sense? So let's talk about that. How many of you really do go out and buy stuff that you see YouTubers haul, or that you see them do product reviews on, just because you think it looks cool and you just want to try it? How many of you do that? And if you do that, is it stuff that you set within your budget? Or are you overspending just to try all this stuff? And then the second part of that question is, do you actually live by a budget? Because I know several of you have asked us to do a budgeting series, which we do plan to do. We just have not had time to sit down together and get that all ironed out for you guys. But we do plan to do that to help you get on track. How many of you live by a budget? And are haul videos making you go over that? Because if so, then I don't want to do them anymore on this channel, because I am very, very serious about and committed to helping you guys live the best life you can, giving you tips and tricks to have a good, fun, healthy life. And I don't want to be guilty of making that life a little more bitter because you're stressed out over money. Does that make sense? Yeah. So let me scroll up here and see what some of your comments were, because I see them flying in. We have Crafty Grammy here from Texas. Hello. I hope we get to Texas this summer. National Fine Arts will be in Houston this year, and we are sure hoping that we get to go. I've never been to Texas before. All right, let's see. Janine is here, and Jessinia, trying to catch up here on the comments so I can see what you guys are saying. Mrs. Buck is here. I'm not sure how to say this one. Is that Peanut Emma? Is that how you say that one? Hello? Okay, so we got Renda's World says no, haul videos don't make her buy more. She likes seeing the new stuff that's out there, but she doesn't necessarily buy it. Okay. All right, Miss Pat's on a budget. That's good to know. Well, Kathleen, I'm not really sure. That's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, let's see. My computer screen just jumped on me here. All right. Patricia says, no, she does not buy more based on haul videos. That's good to know. Okay, so you value the product reviews, the worth the bucks, to know if it's actually worth the money. And I love doing those too because, and you guys, I have people complain on those videos because they tell me, why in the world are you testing a Dollar Tree product? It's just $1. Now, that kind of logic is crazy to me because $1 is still $1 and those dollars add up. So let's just say, like yesterday, the worth the buck was on the little face trimmers. If you saw that, then you know what I'm talking about. I don't have it in here to show you. It's out there. But to me, I don't think that's worth the $1. And I had a couple of you commenting yesterday because I mentioned that it doesn't come with the little blade cover. You have to buy the batteries to go with it. Makes it more than $1. And several of you did comment that you could buy toothbrush covers to put over the blade. Yeah, you could, but then that's another item that I'm buying to go with that little $1 shaver that I'm going to have to throw away anyway when the blade gets dull. So my logic here is I want the best value for my $1 that I can have, and not sacrificing quality, okay? Because I know sometimes that we rush out there and we buy really cheaply made stuff. We sacrifice the quality. It breaks down sooner or wears out sooner. We're replacing it more often, and technically you end up spending the same amount of money in the long run than if you just bought the better item. So that's my logic behind testing these Dollar Tree products for you guys, because $1 is $1. You would not stand over the garbage can and take a dollar bill and rip it up and just throw it away. You wouldn't stand over the garbage can and take 4 quarters and just chunk it in there. I mean, would you? No, because when we think about just throwing money away, we would never do that. Yet that's what we do on products that are no good, whether it's Dollar Tree or elsewhere. So my logic behind those worth the buck products for you guys is so that you don't rush out. I have seen people on their little pictures that they post on Facebook picking up like 5, 6, and 7 of those little trimmers. That's $5. When you could get the little pack that comes 3 for $1, you would get 3 for $1. So for that same $5, you're getting 15 shavers versus 5. You see where I'm going with that? So I enjoy the product reviews too, and that's why I do them, even if it is only $1. It blows my mind, the things that people complain about. They complain about just about everything, I think, and to complain that I'm testing out $1 product because, hey, $1's $1. Well, listen, don't go out in the street and throw your $1 away. So anyway, Patricia, that's why I do those, and I'm glad that you are enjoying it. For sure. Inez is here. Hello. Okay, Hollerita, it doesn't make you buy more. Okay, or Jody either. Okay, good. Mrs. Buck stays on her budget. Okay, so Kathleen's being honest, and she said that it does make her buy more, but only when you go to the Dollar Tree or the 99-cent store. Okay, but so it does for you tend to make you buy a little bit more than what you would normally buy. Okay, so we've got one that's what happens. Janine, it does not. Okay. Rosalind likes to see the cleaning products, and that's one thing that I want to do a couple worth of bucks on. I don't typically buy my cleaning products from the Dollar Tree because I bought a few in the past and they did not work at all. But I do want to do some worth of bucks on a few of them and see, because I know some of you have found some really great cleaning products there. So we're going to check it out together. Brenda, that's how I feel about it too. And that's why I like doing the hauls. Like you guys will remember a few weeks back, I showed you guys a Baya jewelry haul. When we were out of town down in Orlando, we came upon this little jewelry store in the mall. Everything in the store was 50% off. You guys will remember if you saw the little vlog. And I mean, I got little rings for like $3, $2. I got some necklace sets for $3 and just such great prices. And that's what I like to show you guys, because if you're like me and you love jewelry, especially blingy blingy jewelry, you can't always afford it. So whenever I come across little places like that where I think, oh, okay, you know, a $3 necklace, that's a whole lot better than going to Walmart paying 10, then I like to show you guys that just to let you know what's out there, because we don't always have a chance to get out to every mall or roam around every store, or when we're busy and we're driving down the road and we see a store, maybe we've noticed the store but just haven't taken the time to go in. Then when somebody shows a haul from there and we can see what kind of items they have, or even just walk through. Sometimes I take you guys on a walkthrough. I don't buy anything. I just show you what's in the store just so that you can know if it's a store that I feel like has some good qualities at good prices, because that's how we find out things, right? So that's kind of my idea behind why I like to do haul videos. It's to me, it's no different than years ago when we used to get catalogs in the mail. You remember that? We used to get the big old fat Sears one. JCPenney used to send one. Now you still get little ones like from Newport News and different places like that. You still may get the occasional little magazines, but we used to get the big catalogs. We called them wish books, and you could flip through there, see what all the products were to know if you wanted to make a trip into Sears. And that's kind of, to me, like haul videos is the new 21st century way of looking through a wish book or a catalog to know where you might want to shop and where you might want to go. So I like the haul videos. I like to watch haul videos. It has given me ideas before, either something I wanted to save my money up for or something that, okay, that's within my budget and I want to go on the hunt for that. So I was hoping that you guys felt the same way, but it's really been on my heart about the last week and a half or so, just thinking I don't want to be guilty of showing you guys things that make you rush out to get stuff that you really don't have in your budget. So I'm glad to see that that the overwhelming majority of you are telling me that it doesn't make you buy stuff. So that's good to know. That's really good to know. All right, let's see what else we missed here. Okay, Jessinia, that's good. So at first it did make you do that, but then you reined that in and you got back on your budget. So very good. All right, so Rosalind is doing the Dave Ramsey program. Awesome, awesome program to stick by. Absolutely stand behind what he teaches. Very, very good. Steve and I are certified through Crown Financial, which was Larry Burkett. He has passed away. And so it's all kind of in there together with that whole Dave Ramsey philosophy on money. And so absolutely great program to stick with for sure. Oh, wow. So Francis got a foot of snow? We're almost in April. Oh, my goodness. That is incredible. Oh, the screen just slipped on me again. Hold on just a minute. Let's see where I left off. The screen jumped on me, and it always pushes those comments up by like 10 or 20 comments. Let's see here. Okay, good. Hollerita, she stays within her budget. I wondered how many people actually live by a budget, because I know sometimes whenever people come in to talk to the hubs and I about their budgets, especially in the past when we were doing that a lot more often, we would mention the word budget and it was like the dirty B word. People don't like budgets. They feel they are too restrictive. And the thing about it is budgets really give you a lot more freedom. They really do. Now, if you stick with it, if you live within that, for the hubs and I, it's been a lot harder since everything with our house, because like we used to have a savings fund that we would put in every time he got paid. We don't do that anymore. Not right now, because every bit he gets goes right into this house. So, and we've had to trim back our food budget and our gas budget and all those kind of things because we're trying to finish our house. So we don't budget quite the same as what we used to, but we do stay within it whenever it comes to like eating out money, and different things like that. Because here's the deal. If you don't stick within your budget and you grab from one of your pockets and you're overspending in another place, let's take gas and groceries, for instance. If I'm not being careful, if I don't set that particular amount that we have set aside for gas, if I don't set it aside, then what happens is I get to the end of the month and I don't have any more gas money, and then I'm stranded home with no way to get gas. You follow me? And so, yeah, technically, let's say on any given day, if I've still got, we'll just say $20 tucked away for gas, and I have that set aside for gas, and then I decide, oh, you know, I'd like to go out to eat for lunch today. Oh, but I don't have any money. We try to be real careful to say we don't have money for that, because I do have money. It's just that that $20 is not for eating out today. It's set aside for gas because I'm going to need gas. You follow me? So if I go out to eat and spend my $20, now I don't have the $20 for gas. So that's the whole deal behind a budget, and how it can end up being so freeing where you don't have so much stress. Yeah, you may not get to do everything that you want to do because you're not spending on a whim, but you're going to be able to do more in the long run over the long haul because you've set aside money specifically for that purpose. Matter of fact, we have lived by this, well, forever, since, I don't know, maybe about the third or fourth year we were married. We've stuck with the budget, but we have ingrained that into the kids so much that Bub had gotten some money. He did some work the other day, some new graphic work for a guy here in town that hired him to do some graphic work, and he paid him some pretty good money. And so he got that money in his hand yesterday, and he was sitting down and he says, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to take some of this money and just put it aside. So if the boys call and they want to just go have a hangout night, I'll have money ready to do that. You see how smart that is? Now, if he would have taken all of his money and just went on Amazon or went to the sporting store and just blew it all, then in a week or two, when some of them decided they wanted to hang out, he wouldn't have money to do it. So that's budgeting. That's the simplest way that I can tell you about budgeting. And it's so freeing, and it gives you the ability to do things that later on down the road you might not have would have been able to do because you overspent too soon. You know what I mean? We live in a world that is so got to gratify my flesh right now, got to get what I want right now, that we don't often put reins on our desires or things that we would like to have. We just rush right out and impulsively spend our money, or in every area of life, really, not just when it comes to money, but we live by impulse so much that we're not thinking towards the future. And that's why budgeting is so very, very important. So I'm glad to see how many of you on here today actually do live by budgets, because that's not real common in my circles. You know, whenever I deal with people and have dealt with people in the past, budgeting was not a high priority for them. So I'm glad to see that a lot of you are doing that. All right, let's see. Hollerita, she stays within her budget. And Kathleen stays within hers. Very good. Debbie, she does not buy everything she sees either. I don't. If I'm in, especially like the Dollar Tree, because I know so many of you love the Dollar Tree. If I find little items that I know I'm not going to use, would never use, I don't have a purpose to even buy it as a gift for somebody, I just take pictures and show you guys. I either post it on Instagram or I'll insert it into the videos when I do the hauls, because I'm not going to be guilty of buying a bunch of stuff that I don't need. First of all, guys, I don't like the clutter around my house. Matter of fact, whenever we were really into couponing so strong and heavy, a lot of you will remember that. I still have one shelf right here in the bedroom that you guys have seen occasionally in some vlogs, and it still has so much stuff from couponing, stuff that we either got free or really, really cheap. Some of it they even paid me to bring home because, you know, if you do couponing right, you get some really great deals. But I pulled back on that because we were starting to accumulate so much stuff. I don't have a big storage shed. And even if I did, my family of 4 would never go through that many products. Like I said, I've got products sitting over here that I'm looking at right now in this bedroom that have been sitting there for about 3 years. We're working through it and it is dwindling down, but 4 people can't use that much stuff. And I don't like looking at it. I am the kind of person that everything has a place and it should be in its place. That's why like even this house construction, we don't have the floors done. We don't have closet doors, the baseboards and all that. It messes with my mind because you feel unsettled, you know, you feel cluttered, you look around and you see things aren't done, and it's just, you can't breathe. There really is something to that. The saying about having clutter around gives you mental clutter. That is true. So whenever I do declutter videos every so often, and we got one that we're fixing to do on our kitchen drawers too, because we bought some new gadgets along the way and it's time now to move some old ones out of there. I don't like stuff just sitting around for the sake of having stuff. I don't. So I'd rather take the pictures or do a walkthrough and show you what's available than to spend money uselessly on something that I'm not going to ever use, because I can put those dollars together and let them save up and then buy something that I know I'm really going to love. You know what I mean? So I'm glad to hear, Debbie, that you're doing that too. Yeah, Mrs. Buck, that is true, because you can get a lot of ideas in a haul video when people hold up a product, maybe show you the dimensions of the product and everything. It can definitely let you know if it's something that you think that you're going to want to buy. It's kind of like trying it before you get it kind of thing. I think so too. All right, Tammy, glad to hear that. I'm so glad that so many of you are sticking by budget. Just about everybody on here today is, and that makes me happy. Well, thank you very much, Regina. Glad to hear that. Sheena is here. Hello, Sheena. Thank you. I know several of you really do like the Worth the Bucks, and I have a fun time with those too. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, Hollerita. Like $1 extra that you spend a week could add up to $52 a year. So then you multiply that by however many extra dollars you're spending. And just think in the reverse, saving that. Let's say that you've been having a hard time saving or even starting a savings account. Like when the Hubs and I first started counseling people, we would tell them just take $5 out of every paycheck, just 5. Most people get paid once a week. And think by the end of the year how much you're going to have. Problem is you have to be disciplined enough not to touch it unless you really, really need it. Just let it sit there. And yeah, so $1 a week, throwing that into a little savings or a little piggy jar if you need to. Put those 4 quarters in a little piggy jar and then forget about it. At the end of the year, you're going to have a minimum of $52. That's a great way to look at it. Oh, well, thank you, Miss Pat. It looks like the overwhelming majority of you guys here are not affected negatively by them. So I think I'm going to get to keep doing them. As long as I know that it's not negatively affecting you guys, then we will keep them coming. There is E. Allen. Thank you for those kind words. Yeah, a lot of you guys do love the Worth the Bucks. And I do too. And a matter of fact, I'm going to start extending that. I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago to other products from even other places, not just Dollar Tree, but kind of just testing out even more products and letting you guys know if they're worth buying, because so much stuff nowadays is not. You guys have seen this vanity that's sitting behind me here. And you know that this was my grandma's first dresser that she had. I'm using it as a vanity. It's over 70 years old. I don't know, probably close to maybe 80, close to now. I'm not sure, 75, 80. And it is so well made. We had a bedroom set that we recently gave to some friends of ours who needed one. That was also one that my grandmother had. And that thing by now is probably 50 years old or more. And it's such good, heavy quality. You know what I mean? You go in nowadays to buy furniture and you get like that MDF board or sometimes that cheap particle board. And we have bought stuff before for the kids. And when we would try to remove one of the drawers, it would just like completely fall apart. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like a lot of the quality in today's world because people are so much faster paced. Like I said a while ago, people want it now. They want it fast and they want it cheap. And so what they're getting is a very inferior product, in my opinion. It doesn't hold up near as well as things of years gone by did. And to me, that wastes a lot of money. So I'd rather somebody test those products for me and let me know if they're really worth picking up before I just go and spend $10 or $15 and then realize, wait a minute, this totally wasn't worth the money. So I think we're going to start incorporating a few more product reviews for you guys for that reason, to help you save where you can. Okay, so whenever you come to the US, you love hitting up our dollar store, and you really can get great products there. You guys know I have 55 worth of bucks now on the channel. There's a playlist, so you guys can go to that playlist if you ever want to see it. We've tested so far 55 products from there. Maybe a handful that we just would not recommend. Some of them have been kind of, you could go either way, but a vast majority of them have actually been good products. We've been surprised on a few of them. And then there have been some too that you guys will remember back when my husband was testing out the saw for you guys. And it just like fell right apart, like just boom, fell apart. So there is some really shoddy stuff there, but then there's also some really great stuff too. And so that's why we kind of like to show you what's worth getting and what's not. Regina didn't like the trimmer either. I just, to me, I thought it did the job yesterday. If you guys watched the video, then you saw me use it. It did the job. It did remove all that peach fuzz, but overpriced to me. Not whenever I can get these, you know, the little 3-packs that you can get for $1. I can pick up 3 of these for $1. It does the same thing. That trimmer is disposable as well. So every time you get ready to throw that away, you're throwing away a whole $1. Plus, you've got to buy the batteries. And as some people mentioned, you're going to have to buy the little toothbrush cover to cover that blade. So to me, it was not worth it. That's one of those things that I say you could pass. Does it work? Sure. Are you technically throwing your money away? No. But there are things that are better value. So that was my thought on all that. Okay, Francis stays on a budget too. Very good. Brenda Aller is here. Hello, Brenda. Well, thank you so much. Well, Sheena, here's the deal with that. With starting the videos, people are going to be rude. You just have to set yourself up to know that from the very beginning. People are rude to me all the time. People talk about either the way I talk, or they talk about my hair. They've even talked about my hands and my fingernails when they get all, you know, I'm not one of, I know a lot of YouTubers do. They keep their fingers nicely manicured because they're either doing DIYs and, you know, they're showing their hands a lot. If I had the extra money, honestly, I would too, because I know it does look more appealing than seeing some old nasty dried up fingers. I get it. But I don't have that kind of money right now in my budget to worry about that kind of stuff. And so it just kind of is what it is. But yeah, Sheena, people are going to be rude. There's just no getting around it. No matter how nice you are, no matter how well done your videos may be, none of that, it doesn't matter. There are negative people in this world. So if you're wanting to start doing videos, just let yourself know that up front and just make up your mind that you're just not going to let it bother you. You just can't let it bother you. You don't know these people. Chances are you'll never see these people. It's just their way of spouting off something negative into the world, and you just have to brush it off your shoulder. When I have people do that, I immediately delete the comment and I go block that person. I do. I know a lot of YouTubers don't. They let all that stuff stay on their videos. But I have noticed in the past that those negative kind of comments usually spark a controversy down in the comment section, and then viewers are arguing with each other. You know what I mean? It like stirs up a whole lot of strife and a whole lot of ugliness. So I just delete it, block the person, and go on, because I don't need that kind of negativity, and I don't want that kind of negativity floating around down in those comments. So Sheena, just make up your mind. It's going to happen, and just, you can't let it bother you. Just be confident in yourself and just don't let it bother you. I do have it, Francis. Bub got it for me in the haul that he and I did together, but I have not tried it yet. That is probably going to be the next worth a buck. We'll be on that product, so we're going to test it out together. How about that? Well, there is Kathy. Hello, Kathy. How are you? I see you've gotten all moved to your new location. Let's see where I just left off. There we are. Okay, every once in a while, this thing jumps on me and it pops up like about 10 new comments. You know what, Justinia? Maybe it is. I don't know. That would make sense, though. I did ask the girl how to pronounce it, but I didn't even think to ask her, like, maybe what it meant. But that would make sense. And everything in there is so beautiful, girl. Yes, it is. I love that store. It's probably a good thing I don't live in Orlando because I would be there every week, I'm sure. that one would be hard for me to keep within this budget we're talking about. Oh, well, thank you very much, CM, for those kind words. I appreciate that. I'm trying out a new foundation today. It is, don't know what I've done with it. Anyway, it is the It Cosmetics Bye Foundation. Oh, found it. Hold on. Yeah. The It Cosmetics Bye Foundation. My aunt recently gave this to me because she was not using it or didn't like it, not real sure, to try. And so that's what I'm trying today. So far, I think I like it. Let me look in this mirror. So far, I think I do like it. So we'll have to see how it wears throughout the day with my oily skin. But thank you for those kind words. Okay, so Patricia works for Dollar Tree. Well, thank you. Thank you that you use those videos as a guide for your customers too. That is awesome. Regina, I miss those big old catalogs too. I really do. I can remember as a kid being at my grandma's house and always looking through those big wish books from Sears. Good memories. Yeah, that is true, Renda's World. And not only that, but I've also heard through the grapevine that a lot of those people who are hauling that kind of stuff take a lot of it back. They don't even keep it. It's like they're buying it just to do the hauls. And my thought is, why go through all that hassle? Because at Dollar Tree, you don't get your money back. You can only exchange it for another product. So if you go in there and let's say you're spending $10 on items that you know you're not going to keep, you're just buying it to show it in a haul, and then you think, oh, I'll take it back. Now you got to go through the hassle of picking out 10 more things, and maybe you're just on a revolving cycle of that's hassle, girl. I'm just going to show you in a walkthrough. Not doing that. Wow, another foot of snow Patricia got. Wow. These comments are way behind. I'm sorry, you guys, because I get to talking and not paying attention. And then when I go back, I'm like lagging. Very sorry about that. But I try to hit all of you guys the best I can. Yeah, that's a good saying, Hollerita. I've not heard him say that, but I love that. Wow, Rosalind, that is a tight grocery budget. $600 a month for 6 people. You should give us some tips on how you make that stretch, because that is one of the hardest things. Now, you guys know that we have to eat out quite a bit, and we do budget eating out money because on Sundays, we travel for church, and so a lot of times we're eating out. There are a lot of times that my mom does cook for us, and so that's always a blessing, and so we can go to her house to eat. But then there are other weeks that we do have to eat out, and so we always set that money aside, and we try to be very careful not to go over that. Like when we choose our restaurants, we pick them within that budget because we know we got to make the money stretch. And then if it happens that she is able to cook a week, or somebody else maybe blesses us with lunch or whatever, then we take the money that we would have spent that Sunday on eating out and we slip it over into our grocery budget or into something that we need for the house, because we had to cut our grocery budget back drastically. We have dropped our grocery budget back by about $220 with all of this process we're doing on the house. Yeah. And so we have right now, let's see, I think we budget $580 for our food for 4 people for the whole month. So Excuse me just a moment, you guys. My Bubster is texting, and he is out of town with a buddy. So you guys know that's always important. Got to make sure they're safe. So give me just a second. I don't think things were going quite as planned for them, but they're okay. So that's good news. Anyway, what I was saying was, okay. We had to cut our grocery budget back drastically, and so we have about $580 that we use for food, for dinners, meals, lunches, and all that stuff for a family of 4, and then we have some that we set over and above that for when we have to eat out. So because you guys know, even whenever Bub was playing soccer, it was $5 per person per game. So we were paying $15 about 3 nights a week. So that's $45 a week just to get in the games. And then a lot of the games were out of town, so we had to budget extra for gas and for eating out. A lot of our food budgets went to eating out during that soccer season. So those are all the kind of things that you have to take in consideration. And yeah, it sometimes can be a challenge, but it is doable if you stick to it. So all those kind of tips are great and help people to really live within their, you're happier. You're just happier. You know, people that live above their means and they always have got to get that new boat or a bigger house or a better car. And it's like they are stretched so thin with everything that they're paying out for all of this stuff that it just sometimes can zap the joy out of it. So it's better to live within your means and to be comfortably set within there, maybe doing without a lot of the luxuries, to have peace of mind. I'd rather have peace of mind than the luxuries any day of the week. I'd rather have peace and joy. So yeah, I find it very, very important to stick with a budget for sure. Well, that's good, Rosalind, that you've at least recognized it and you're getting better at that. And yes, student loans, oh my goodness, people spend a lifetime paying those back sometimes. Julie is here from right here in Florida. Well, hello, fellow Floridian. How are you? Yeah, that's good. When you travel on trips and vacations, we do the same thing. We have a very strict budget. We know what we want to spend, and then we work. Now, do we ever go over? Yeah, occasionally we do go over. Right now, fortunately for us in one way and very unfortunate in another way, our credit cards are pretty much to the max, all of them but one is to the max just on stuff from our house because we couldn't get loans, we couldn't get grants from the federal help, our insurance didn't help us, like there was no way for help. So all of our credit cards legit are sitting there at the max because you know, you pay your monthly payment. By the time they kick in interest, your monthly payment really didn't pay anything down. And then when the hubs has to have new insulation or a new caulk for his glue gun or just different stuff like that, that we're still doing on the house, it has to go right back on that card. So fortunately for us, when we travel, we don't have the luxury of having credit cards where we can overspend. I mean, it's bad in one way because we've got all the stress of all this house stuff we're still trying to pay off, but it is good in the other respect that it forces us to stay within that budget for sure, because there's just no way to go over. So anyway, all right, Kathy, your brother is making you stay on a budget. Well, that's good that he's helping you to get on that budget because it really is important, and glad that you're able to get out and go shopping and have that fun day. You know, whenever you do set aside a little bit, we were able to before, we don't now, but the hubs and I were able to budget ourselves a little bit. We called it our allowance. You know, he got a certain amount, I got a certain amount. We could do whatever we wanted to with it during the month. Didn't have to ask each other if we minded, you know, none of that. It was our little spending fun money. And of course, with everything with the house, we don't have that we budget anymore. We've had to do away with that, but eventually we'll get it back, and we know that. So it's not that big of a deal right now, but it is necessary. I feel if you have it within your budget, even if it's just like $20 a month, Just something that you know, okay, if you want to stop by Dunkin' Donuts and get you a coffee or a donut, you have a little bit of freedom to do it. Or if there is a new lipstick at the Dollar Tree or something that you just want to have that's not really a necessity, but you really want to have it, then you've got that little bit of play money and you don't feel as restricted. And I do feel that that is very, very important on a budget. So I'm glad you get those shopping days. Very fun. Oh, well, that's good about the crafting that it helps with those issues. It is a great way to keep your mind busy for sure. Yeah, Janine, me too. Hey, Christine is here. Hey, Christine, how are you? Okay, Sheena, I'll definitely keep that in mind for sure. Hopefully, we'll be able to start working on that next week. Our goal was to do it this week, but baby girl got sick. We've been to the doctor twice with her within a week's time. Then you guys know what happened with Gunner. We had to have him in the vet this week. And just, I'm going to try to get some video of him a little bit later for you guys because he is doing better. He's still favoring that leg a lot, but they gave him some anti-inflammatories that he takes twice a day, and he is doing better. So I am so happy about that. Not sure. We're going to have to monitor him through the weekend. He might end up having to have x-rays anyway come the first of next week if he doesn't start putting more pressure. But he actually ran around the yard a little bit the night before. He did, but by the time we could get him from his lead to the porch, he got away from Bub and took off and was running. He was happy to be free a little bit and he seemed to do okay. So hopefully that leg is healing up quite nicely. So anyway, that set our plans back for the decluttering this week. Hopefully next week we'll get that done. Oh, well, thank you, Christine. You're always too kind. Ah, that sounds very fun, Jody. I hope y'all enjoy your trip. And yeah, great ways to start saving for it now, for sure. Oh, it just skipped on me again. Hang tight, hang tight. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, Christine, there you go. That is my few minutes of fame. What 15 minutes of fame, I guess. I don't know. That's funny. So the USA definitely has less expensive stuff than what you get over there. That's cool to know. Wow, Rosalind, that is amazing. So you have been able to cut your grocery budget in half. That is incredible. Good for you. Yeah, that I'm telling you, everything was made better back then. It seemed to be anyway. All right, there is Bobby. Hello, how are you? Thank you, Rosalind. Susan is here. Thank you, Julie, for those kind words. Teresa's Creations is here. Yeah, that's what I like to call it too. It's like a window shopping. And oops, hold on a minute. My battery charger came unplugged. Didn't realize it. And I'm about to lose you guys. So let me plug this back in here. There we go. Not enough room on this little table I've got. All right. Yeah, window shopping. I like that. Or like an adult version of show and tell, like the what I got for Christmas videos. I love to watch those, or what I got for my birthday type videos. I think they're so fun. It's just like you're around, sitting around with a bunch of girlfriends, just showing what you got, like at Christmas time when we all get together at my mom's later in the day, we would go around, what'd you get? What did you get? And all the little cousins like, what'd you get? What'd you get? It's just so exciting. And now we can do that via YouTube. And I think it's fun. I really do. Jennifer is here. Hello. Yeah, that is true, Jennifer. All that extra stuff, I do not have use for it. No, I don't. Well, thank you about that worth the buck. I know that so many of you love it. It's one of my favorite ones too. And I think it's about one of the favorite ones on the channel for sure. 50-pound eyelids is here. Hello. Oh, I'm so sorry you have that headache. I hope you feel better soon. Okay, that's smart, Rosalind. Pinterest can be your best friend. Matter of fact, baby girl does a lot of the cooking around here because I'm usually so busy either filming, editing, or working on this book that I've told you guys about. So she is doing all the cooking. Matter of fact, I don't even know the last time I cooked. And she gets a lot of her recipes right there on Pinterest. So that is a great place to look. Ah, we love Taco Bell. So that is cool that you were able to figure out how to do that at home. Amy is here. Hello. Okay, now is that culminate your life? Hello and welcome. No worries, no worries. At least we were able to catch you for a little bit. Yeah, that's true, Jess City. You have to take those sports into consideration. When we knew that the soccer season was rolling up, we had to readjust our budget for those. I think it goes 3 months. It starts in, I think the first game was in November. So November, December, and January, which makes it even a little harder because it's right there at Christmas too. So you got all the holidays. You've got Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year, all of that falls in that soccer season. So it was a very, very tight. And I have to be honest with you, not sure if you're watching today because I do have, she calls herself my anonymous fan. Once in a while, she sends me a little letter and she has sent little gifts along the way. And I don't know who to thank. I never know who to thank. And I don't always open that on camera or always mention it because it's not always like an opportune time to mention that. When I do, or whenever I have been able to, then I do. I mention that because we are so grateful for it. And a lot of those little gifts that she would send us got us through the soccer season. They really did. So it was just like a little godsend exactly when we needed it. And that was just a blessing. So if you are watching, know that it has been noticed. And I believe God sees it too. And he's going to bless you back a million times for your generosity to us. It's just, I don't know who you are, but you know who you are. So thank you so much because it has been more of a blessing than you will ever know. Jody is here from Indiana. Boss Bomb is here right from Miami, another Floridian today. And Maritza is here from Tampa. We got several Florida girls here today. Hey, okay, so that is a good way to force yourself to cook at home more is when you're not close to restaurants and you've lost 75 pounds in the process. Congratulations. That is awesome. Oh, well, hello, Chastity, and thank you for joining the family. We're glad to have you. Yes, Jessinia, The Elephant in the Room, my book. Would you mind telling us what you're thinking? Spiritual finance or homing? Great question. We did answer this last week on the live, but I know a lot of you weren't able to be with us. So I've got 4 different books that's floating around in my head. The one that I'm working on right now is about tolerance. It is a spiritual book. A matter of fact, probably 3 out of the 4, I guess you would consider more spiritual books. And then one of them is going to be all about health and wellness. So taking care of our bodies the right way that we're supposed to do it. So that's going to be another one. So yeah, I don't know that I'll go in a financial route. Not sure yet. We'll just have to kind of see how this one unfolds and where this one takes us. But hopefully it's going to be done as sooner than later. Writing is such a long process for me, guys. Like we talked about last week, it can take me forever because you read it and then, or you write it, and then when you reread it, you realize the grammatical errors, or just like, oh, wait a minute, that sentence is not making sense, or that this would be better said this way. And I can rewrite one paragraph 3 or 4 times. And still, when it's all said and done, like whenever I publish it out on WordPress, I have a WordPress account, DeenaRoseMinistries.wordpress.com, I think. Yeah, DeenaRoseMinistries.wordpress.com. There's over 700 articles on there that I've written. And even after I would get one uploaded, I would read it later and think, oh man, could have said that so much better. So it is such a long process for me, but I'm trying to go quicker at it this time. Baby girl said, Mom, just write it all and then edit it all later and see how far you get. So that's what I'm trying to do with this one. And maybe it'll go a little faster. Not really sure. But thank you for asking, because it is a very exciting project for me. It really, and honestly, I've been working on it off and on for years now. And I would get really good at it. And then I would stop for a while, and then I'd get back to it and stop for a while. But this time I'm determined that I need to get it done. I just feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. So I'm excited about it. Okay, Janine, thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend. Yes, that is true, Jody. That is very true. It does not have to cost a lot of money just to have a fun evening together, for sure. Dondra is here. Hello, Dondra. How are you? Oh, we've got somebody here from Palm Harbor. Hello, hello. Ah, so you're going to be having a honeymoon getaway. You know, that's one thing that my father-in-law used to do. They did coupons as well. And anytime they would go to the store, whatever they saved in coupons, say maybe it was $2, $3, $10, they would come home and they would take that amount of cash and they would put it away in a jar. He had a big jar that he would save. Sometimes it was change, sometimes it was currency. And that's what they would use for their vacation every year. And they paid for their vacation every year with what they had saved on coupons. So that's a great idea. That's a great way to do it, Susan. Definitely a great way to save money. Chastity is in Virginia. So you are not too awfully far from us. Wow, you've got no sales tax in New Hampshire? That's incredible because we have it down here. I hate paying sales tax. Yeah, that is true. The 99-cent stores and those dollar stores really are a great blessing to people who don't have a lot of money, for sure. You're working on a book, Teresa? What's your book going to be about? Bye, Francis. It was nice to have you. Yeah, it can be sometimes, and my thoughts fly so fast that sometimes it can be hard to get them out before they're gone. Sherry is here from Texas. That's our second Texan here that I know of today. Very cool. Oh, that is so cool, Renda. So you guys get free hotel. That is amazing. Have you ever been to the Keys before? They are beautiful. They are beautiful. If you love the beach, if you like the beach and the sun and the sand, then I think that you will probably enjoy the Keys. It really is so beautiful down there. I love the beach. I am a beach girl all the way. I love the sun. The sand doesn't bother me. And it is my happy place. It is like a relaxing, just escape my mind kind of place. And I love it there. Oh, fun, fun. You know, I wrote a children's book one time for a contest. I can't even remember who was running the contest now, but I put it all together, bound it up, and sent it in. I did not win and have no idea what's ever happened to it. I have a feeling that it's out in the shed somewhere because I know I wouldn't have gotten rid of it. Excuse me just a moment. It's my buddy again. Let's see what he's saying. Um, anyway, I think it may be in the shed with that box of all the stuff that I have, all the writings and stuff that I've done throughout the years. But that was pretty fun trying to put together a book. So congrats to you. I hope you get that done soon. Oh, okay. So you don't have sales tax, but you guys have other taxes that kind of make up for it. I got you there. Never been to the Keys. Well, I think that you will probably enjoy them. I think you will. I hope you do anyway. Oh, Teresa, so you're doing all of your own graphics as well? That is really cool. That is nice. Okay, you grew up on the beach, so then you probably are going to love it. I think you will. Now, I'm not really sure how it looks now since was it Irma? The big storm that came through last year really wreaked a lot of havoc in the Keys, and a lot of things were completely demolished down there. So not real sure how it's going to look this year, this go around, but I'm sure they have at least a majority of it cleaned back up by now. it's been a long process, you guys. Bub and I have been doing, we walk every day. You guys know that. And we've been taking different routes around our house. We showed you one of the routes. If you guys haven't seen it yet, it's over on DeeVine Health. We showed you the little 5 of the lakes that we get to walk around. In the other direction, there's even more lakes that we walk around. Maybe we can show you that way too one day. But walking a lot of the back roads near us, trees still down everywhere because it's so rural back there. There's not a lot of houses, not a lot of need for a huge amount of cleanup in some of those areas. And we were talking about that yesterday. So it's been a long process of cleanup since that storm came in. Hopefully the Keys won't be too bad that you can't enjoy it. Susie is here. Hello, Susie. Oh, well, thank you so much, Susie. Okay, Kathleen, so glad to have you today. Have a great weekend. Now, Teresa, have you shown some of your artwork before? I need to find out, make sure that I'm subscribed to you. Are you showing your work? To be sure, I am subscribed to you. I don't always have time to catch up with a lot of videos here lately because I've been so busy, but I need to make sure of that. Matter of fact, let me open another tab right now because they're saying that you are an amazing artist. So have you shown it and I didn't get to see it? Ah, there you are. No, I was not subscribed. All right, well, I just did just now. Ah, you got a lot of fun things on here. I'm going to have to go check all that out a little bit later. Beth Allen is here. There's Nessa. Hello, Nessa. How are you? Janet is here. Hello, hello. Oh, wow. You lost 77 pounds with just the walking. That is incredible. Gunnar is doing a lot better, a lot better. I was telling them a little bit ago, I'm going to try to get some video for you guys today. And if I have time to get that done and get it edited and up for you guys, then I'll put it over on the vlog channel so that you guys can see how he's doing. He's still taking his medicine twice a day and it is really helping. So we're hoping that he's going to be back to normal very, very soon because poor little fella, for a couple days, all he could do was just lay there. You know, he couldn't move. So I am glad he's feeling better. He has been so sad that he couldn't walk, you know, because he sees us leave to go on the walks. Baby girl stayed home with him. And she said he would just whimper and cry for a few minutes because he wanted to leave so bad. And of course, they don't understand, you know, they don't know why that you're not taking them. So that was very sad. Victoria Creations is here. Hello, hello. Oh, well, I am glad that you got it. I'm glad it made it there. Well, Janet, we were just talking about, I wanted to know if haul videos tended to make you guys spend more than you normally would, because I've just been thinking about that over the last little while, and I didn't want to be the cause of any of you guys going out and overspending, whether it was Five Below, Baya, the jewelry hauls, the Dollar Tree hauls, any of those kind of things. I didn't want to be responsible for you guys feeling like you had to get out there and get stuff and maybe overspending your budget. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about that and get the overwhelming consensus here is that no, it doesn't make you guys overspend and you're still sticking to your budgets. So that's a good thing. And so that being said, definitely going to keep the calls coming, the hauls coming. Glad to hear it, Nessa. Glad to hear that you're all better there. Well, I can't wait to go and watch that channel a little bit later. That will be on my agenda tonight, Teresa, whenever I finally get done with my day and can sit down for a few minutes this evening. Uh-oh, Victoria says, yes, they do make her buy more. Oh, goodness. All right, let's see here. Let me click over to this other window. It's kind of hard to keep all these windows going back together. You guys like having a topic of the week? And do you like being able to see it up there so that you know when you click on what the topic is about? I think it's going to be very helpful for everybody because it'll kind of keep us on track. It'll keep us in the direction that we're wanting to go with our conversation for sure. And you guys let me know some topic suggestions. Like think about it throughout the day and maybe come back to the video a little bit later and you can put it down there in the comments section. Some topics that you would like for us to discuss on Fridays. Because I love it's just like before whenever I used to do the cocoa and cookies. This is kind of taking the place of that because that's what Cocoa and Cookies was supposed to be all along. Was a live hangout, but you guys will remember I could never figure it out way back then. But now that I've figured it out, I like having a topic of the week, something that we can discuss together and talk about, whether it's whatever it is, within reason. within reason. So you guys let me know some of the topics that you guys might want to talk about on Fridays. I'm going to try to keep it on Fridays. That day of the week just seems to work out a little bit better for me to be able to go live. And we may can throw in some more lives here and there. Sometimes I do like to do them late in the evening because I know that, that all around the world times are different. And I do have people that watch from everywhere. So sometimes late at night even works best. So kind of throw those along and along. But for the standard rule, Friday will be a live day, just changing up the times every week. But I need some topic suggestions. So you guys definitely let me know. Yes, I agree with you, Jody. She is amazing. Oh, well, good. I'm glad I saved you that $1, Janet. Glad I saved you that $1. I know that feeling, Victoria. I'll watch some things too, and I'm like, oh man, I can't wait until I can try that. Try not to do that though, and stick within my budget until I've saved up for it. And that's how I have found some really great makeup items, or the baby girl will see them maybe on a haul or in someone's review video. And so we'll set some money back until we can afford to get it. And then we have found great products through suggestions through YouTube. And that's why I love the haul videos. I really do, because it is a great way to find some products that you might not ever know of any other way. So I would like to be able to keep them coming. And it looks like in good conscience, I think I can, at least based on those of you that were here today for the live. So, oh, so you're going to be moving, Janet. Okay. Well, best wishes on that move. That can be exciting and nerve-wracking all at the same time. Okay, Debbie, thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend. Well, thank you, Teresa. I'm glad you enjoy the lives. Oh, well, Regina, that is so nice of you. Thank you. Well, thank you, Victoria. It's just been on my heart for a couple of weeks. And so I definitely wanted to know where you guys stood on all of that. As far as if they made you feel like you were overspending that budget or not. So glad to know it's not. Glad to know that, because that would never be my intention at all. So glad to know. All right, you guys. Well, it is now 10 after 2, and I am fixing to get ready to head to the grocery store. Speaking of grocery budgets, I have not been to the actual grocery store. I can't even tell you when is the last time, because usually we'll run in for a few things here or there, or we're on the go, or baby girl will just run up and get like the stuff she needs for the day, and that tends to save us money that way. If you have the ability, if you don't work and you're able to be home, or maybe slide by the store on your way home, and you know what you're going to be eating that night, and you only buy what you need to cook that meal, that does seem to help our money stretch quite a bit doing it that way. But it's also very inconvenient, because you're having to run to the store every day, and that's not always the most convenient thing to do. So we're going to run to town and get us a few groceries to have around the house. And she is out there waiting on me to get ready so that we can go and do that. Bub is off with a friend today. His friend had a dental appointment and didn't want to go by himself out of town. So they are off together having a fun afternoon. And of course, the hubs is at work. So we're going to try to get in a little bit of shopping this afternoon. Oh, well, I'm sorry about that, Janet. I do wish that the Dollar Trees were more consistent, because I will see people haul things too and then get to the store and Dollar Tree not have it. My local Dollar Tree hardly ever gets the new items. It takes them a while, but the Dollar Tree that's down in the town where we go to church is amazing. They get products pretty much right away. And as a matter of fact, they've gotten items in that store that I would show you guys that your stores hadn't gotten yet. So that's a good one. But the one closest to me, not so much. I just wish they were all consistent. You know what I mean? But they don't. And I think the reason why is because a lot of those items, just like the new little petty things that are out right now, if they're not Greenbrier products, then they are closeout products or discontinued products that other stores are no longer selling. So they ship them to Dollar Trees, and not every Dollar Tree will get in on that. So that's why. And that's what keeps the cost so low. So unfortunately, that's the one negative side of Dollar Tree. Yeah, Teresa, you should. I enjoy the lives because it's just like a bunch of girlfriends sitting around talking and having a good time. So thanks, Nessa. You too. 50-pound eyelids. You too. And Jody, all of you guys have a very great weekend. I'm so glad that you guys hung out with me for a little bit today. It's always so fun for me. It always is. So thank you very much. And on that note, I'm definitely going to head out of here so that we can go and we can get some food up in this house. All right, you guys, I will see you very soon in the next video. Have a great weekend.